This is All India Radio, Thiruvananthapuram. Yuvavani.
Dear friends, welcome to yet another edition of Yuvavani. Time is flying. Days are coming and fading away. Here we are at the end of a week and about to welcome a new one of hope. In the coming week, we will be observing a few special days. In today's Yuvavani, let's listen about those. We have Priyanka and Nigesh waiting to talk to us. First, let's listen to Priyanka B talking about the great organization of India Post in connection with the World and National Postal Days. Let's hand over the mic now to Priyanka.
Hello, greetings to all listeners out there. Myself, Priyanka B, working with the Department of Posts at Thiruvananthapuram North Postal Division. With the World Postal Day falling on the 9th of October and National Postal Day a day after, I'm glad to share with you a few facts on the mammoth organization called India Post, which is over 150 years old. Though we have several special days dedicated in honor of those working in the service sector, seldom do we recognize the contributions of postal employees who reach out to our doorsteps very often. For those who are unfamiliar, World Postal Day marks the anniversary of the Universal Postal Union's creation in the year 1874. India has the largest postal network in the world, with nearly 155,000 post offices spread across the length and breadth of the country. For the vast majority, hearing the very name of post office invokes the image of a bundle of letters. In fact, the scope and possibilities offered by India Post are much beyond personal mails, catering to the need and tastes of all age groups. Of course, we are living in a digital world where personal communication happens at the click of a button. But official communications demanding accountability at the senders and receivers end require the backing of a credible network. The easy access, affordable rates, and the coverage even in remote areas places India Post on top of all our competitors. How many of you are aware of the services offered by India Post? Right from a basic requirement like the Aadhaar enrollment to helping you plan your savings, we have a slew of financial services starting from small saving schemes to long-term deposits. Sukanya Samriddhi account exclusively for girl children and postal life insurance schemes for the salaried and those in rural areas are some of the hit schemes offered by our department. India Post Payment Bank or the IPPB, set up under the Department of Posts, offers doorstep banking through which you can enjoy banking facilities even without visiting post office. The whole idea of banking transactions not demanding standing in long queues and at the comfort of your own household sounds great, isn't? The Aadhaar-enabled payment system, facilitated with the aid of postmen, offers cash withdrawals at your place through a very simple procedure. Such services are undoubtedly a boon for senior citizens. The IPPB mobile application, which is on par with other UPI apps, helps you make secure online transactions with the added advantage of infallibility. Moreover, post offices also serve as common service center through which you can pay your bills, fees, insurance premiums, etc. Well, if all these sounds like an advertisement, I have something interesting for you. All of us are familiar with postage stamps. The collection and study of stamps, known as philately, is referred to as the king of hobbies. Often, we see the figures of dignitaries or historical places appearing on stamps. How about the idea of getting yourself printed on a postage stamp? Sounds great, isn't it? India Post offers a facility called My Stamp, which allows you to print your images or your dear ones on postage stamps. Costing just Rs 300 per sheet, this can be an excellent gifting option as well. By opening a philatelic deposit account, special issues of stamps, first day covers, information sheets, and new postal stationery become available to you soon after their release. Stamps not only have their visual appeal, they tell stories deeply rooted in our culture and tradition. We survive and deliver our best amidst many challenges that lie ahead of us. Currently, India Post has its focus on the modernization and innovation of services of the department. E-Post and value-added services like the Speed Post and Business Post have become the preferred choices of many. Isn't it surprising to know that we deliver temple prasadams through post offices? Yes, you have many such surprises awaiting you at your nearby office. India Post places its commitment to people above anything else. For us, customers are emperors and we are their loyal servants. Be it an individual or a corporate, we treat all our beneficiaries alike. At least some of you may recollect how, being an essential service, we reached out to the public in terms of the COVID pandemic. Working round the clock, we ensured the supply of food, medicines, and other essential items in times even when the public transport was not available. The theme of this year's World Postal Day is Post for Planet. It is a means to realize the many ways in which postal services are finding cleaner and greener means to reach out to each one of you day in and day out. According to UN Secretary General, Post for Planet is also a call of action for the postal sector to use its position as a connector between governments, businesses, and people to take a leading role in our fight against the climate change. Gone are the glory of days we used to cherish handwritten letters from our loved ones. Emotions have become digitalized and we hardly have time for each other. However, no smiley on your device can substitute the joy of writing and receipt of a handwritten letter. They have a charm of their own. Remember, post offices sell postcards at Rs 50 pice each and inland letter cards at Rs 2.50 each even today. How many of you have installed the Post Info mobile application offered by the India Post? If you haven't downloaded yet, just give it a try. Let it be the beginning of availing our services. You can also log into our website indiapost.gov.in and other social media handles to know more about our services. As someone rightly pointed out, to write is human, to receive a letter is divine. Wishing all listeners a very happy Postal Day. Eagerly looking forward to each one of you at our counters. Thank you.
That was Priyanka B talking about the services and importance of India Post in connection with the World and National Postal Days. Next in Yuvavani, we can listen to a talk by Nigesh on the topic Youth and Mental Health in connection with the Mental Health Day falling on October 10th.
I am Nigesh Kalorath. I am a clinical psychologist at the National Career Service Center for Differently Abled in Trivandrum, which is part of the Ministry of Labour and Employment of Government of India. The topic of youth and mental health is one I will be addressing in honor of World Mental Health Day. The three components of health, that are physical, mental and social well-being, are inextricably linked, although the later two are too frequently unnoticed. Despite our progress, there is still a sizable population that isn't aware of the significance of what we have accomplished. As such, we should all take some time today to reflect on the significance of our mental health. The World Health Organization and its partners have created a campaign in respect of World Mental Health Day 2022 with the theme Making Mental Health and Well-Being for Everyone a Global Priority. Now let's discuss youth mental health in detail. It is normal for youth to experience various types of emotional distress as they develop and mature. For example, it is common for children to experience anxiety about school or youth to experience short periods of depression and anxiety, worries regarding the studies, future that are transient in nature. When symptoms persist, it may be time to seek professional assistance. While most youth are healthy physically and emotionally, 1 in every 4 to 5 youth in the general population meet diagnostic criteria for a lifetime mental disorder, and as a result may face discrimination and negative attitude. As with physical health, mental health is not merely the absence of disease or a mental health disorder. It includes emotional well-being, psychological well-being, social well-being, and involves being able to navigate successfully the complexities of life. Also, develop fulfilling relationships, adapt to changes, utilize appropriate coping mechanisms to achieve well-being without discrimination, realize on potential, have their needs been met, and develop skills that help them navigate the different environments they inhabit. The presence or absence of various combination of protective and risk factors contribute to the mental health of youth, and efforts can be undertaken to promote positive mental health and prevent or minimize mental health problems. Youth with mental health disorders may face challenges in their homes, school, college, university, community, and interpersonal relationships. Despite these challenges, for most youth, mental health distress is episodic, not permanent, and most can successfully navigate the challenges that come from experiencing a mental health disorder with treatment, peer and professional supports and services, and a strong family and social support network. When we talk about youth and mental health, we cannot skip social media use. Today, nearly 4 billion people use social media in their daily or working lives. Celebrities and influencers use social media to promote their brand and work, often at a psychological cost to their followers. Some research has found that 63% of social media users face psychological distress, including depression and anxiety issues. As social media has become a digital channel to learn and engage from others, young people are leveraging these platforms to call out the very tool that amplifies their voice. Millennials, who were the first users of social media, are now speaking out and the damaging effect social media can have on mental health. The very celebrities and influencers that were promoting their lifestyle are using their platforms to share their own experiences with mental health. When we talk about the most frequent mental health problems in young adults, we cannot neglect the rates of depression, suicidal behaviors, eating disorders, and substance abuse have increased steadily among young people in recent decades. Depression and suicidal behaviors in young adults shows that for a young individual between the ages of 15 and 24, suicide is the main cause of death. On medical wards, adolescent patients often arrive with mental symptoms including intentional self-harm and suicide or parasuicidal behaviors. So many times they might get the medical attention, but we need to divert them to the psychological help. The cause of this physical injury is suicide. That is due to the psychological distress. So that has to be addressed. Likewise, eating disorders. Most eating disorders have an onset in adolescence. That is also in the youth. Anorexia nervosa starts most often at the age of 15, affecting 0.9% of females and 0.3% of males in global. It is estimated that approximately 1/3 of cases never seek help. Rates of bulimia nervosa are rising steadily, so which is more among women than men. Patients with bulimia use compensatory behaviors to counteract episodes of eating out of control, that is binge eating. Some induce vomiting, while others may use laxatives, enemas, diuretics, or stimulants such as diet pills or amphetamines. The same way the drugs used by young adults mainly include amphetamines, anabolic steroids, club drugs, cocaine, heroin, inhalants, and prescription drugs. Recent statistics show that about 40% of young adults aged between 16 to 24 years have used illicit substances at least once. These figures have remained stable over the past 10 years. 1 in 5 young people reported use of illicit drugs within the previous year and 1 in 10 within the previous month. Young adults are a vulnerable group for illicit substance use, as frequent drug use was reported as more than twice high compared with the other age groups. The majority of young people accessing specialist drug and alcohol interventions have problems with alcohol and cannabis, requiring psychosocial harm reduction and family interventions, rather than treatment for addiction. By contrast, the majority of adults accessing specialist drug and alcohol interventions require treatment for addiction. Most young people engage with specialist drug and alcohol interventions for a short period of time, often weeks, and then continue support from third sector organizations. Young people and their needs differ from adults. In behavioral medicine, in recent years, there has been more emphasis on the medical needs of people with mental health problems. As a group, patients with serious mental illness are more likely to smoke, have diabetics, and be overweight. Psychiatric medications, which are of crucial importance to their mental health, can have medical side effects such as metabolic syndrome and weight gain. Health promotion is important for all patients with mental illness, but particularly so for young adults due to the early onset of mental ill health and relatively long exposure to risk. So, to whom to meet for help? If someone you care about is undergoing a lot of stress and shows signs of anxiety and depression, it is best to consult a clinical psychologist. Psychologists will take them through psychotherapy sessions to ease their troubled mind. Psychiatrists are best consulted when a person is undergoing severe cases of mental illness. So, psychotherapy helps to build self-esteem, reduce anxiety, strengthen coping mechanisms, and improve social and community functioning. Supportive psychotherapy helps to deal with issues related to their mental health conditions, which in turn affect the rest of their lives. Moving on to the recent research updates, with approximately 3/4 of problems manifesting before the mid-20s, it is crucial that we understand how these disorders develop and in young people. This knowledge will allow the researchers and clinicians to inform the development of services for those with mental ill health and help to indicate how early the services should be provided, as well as suggest new avenues for treatment. Research has demonstrated that early intervention services in the course of a mental health disorder can prevent the illness from developing altogether or improving prognosis. There are recent research into the onset of mental disorders focuses predominantly on schizophrenia, psychotic disorders, and mood instability. The prevalences of mental ill health in young people requires a multidisciplinary approach, drawing expertise from across a range of research area to tackle the problem. Now let's move on how to help youth. This is for family and friends. Even if you and your young son or daughter, friend or sibling or any significant one aren't getting along well or having problems, it is important to show that you love and support them, that you can help them through hard times, and that you are always there for them. Here are a few things to remember. When you ask your teen or a young adult, how are you doing, and want to show that you are always there for them, the first thing, you need to encourage them to share their feelings. Find ways to keep in touch with your young people. Ask them about their day and what they have been up to. You could invite them to help you with something like making dinner or cleaning up things, so you can talk to them about their day. And remind them that you are there for them no matter what, and that you want to know how they are feeling and what they are thinking. A few simple words of encouragement can make them feel like they can talk to you about how they feel. Even if it's hard, it's important to acknowledge and understand the feelings they might be having. When they tell you something, you can say, I get it, that sounds like a hard situation, or that makes sense. So these all are like acknowledging them so they feel better. It can be easy to see what your youth is doing that makes you unhappy, but also try to notice and praise them for something they are doing well. Even something simple like picking up after themselves, like just cleaning their room, taking care of their stuffs. And another point we have to remember that take the time to support them. Work together on setting up new routines and achievable daily goals. You could fit in home chores around schoolwork or set a large like getting homework done before dinner or after getting them back from college. Ask them to join you for some common work. Adolescence means independence. Try to give your youth the appropriate time and space to be on their own. Needing space is a normal part of growing up. Find a few ways you can support and encourage your youth to take breaks from college, work, housework, or other activities they may be working on to do things they enjoy. If your youth feels frustrated, work with them to brainstorm some solutions to problems. Try not to take over and tell them what to do. And to remember this, work through conflict together. Listen to what your child has to say and try to solve problems in calm way. Remember, everyone gets stressed. Don't talk about something when you are mad. Walk away, take a deep breath and calm down. You can talk to your child about it later. Avoid power struggles. Teens might find it hard to be in charge right now because the world seems unpredictable and their choices seem limited. Instead of trying to fight back or get the upper hand, try to understand why they want to be in charge during a scary time, even if it's hard to do at the time. And we need to be honest and open with your child. You can tell them that you are also feeling stressed out. Showing them how you handle your own heart feelings can help them know what it's okay for them to feel the way they do. Take some time to think about how you and your teen can solve a problem when it comes up. You can talk to your teen about the thoughts so they can see how you think about things. The same way you need to care for yourself. Being a parent, caregiving have to deal with a lot of things. You also have to take care of and help yourself. Self-care is also a good way to show your young people how to do it. If you feel like you can't handle everything, don't wait to ask for help. It's okay and normal to feel like this. Find someone you can talk to, like a family member. Make time for the people you care about. Try to find a few people you can talk to about how you feel and what you have been through. Set aside time each day to talk to them about how you are doing. Making time in your day to do the things that help you deal with and manage stress. We know that taking care of yourself is important for your health. No matter how busy or slow your day is, doing the things you like or just taking a minutes off can help you feel calm and re-energized. Try different ways to deal with the stress that help you. Some ideas are working out, talking with friends, making to-do list or planning ahead, keeping routines and structures, thinking about what you are thankful for or proud of, and doing things you enjoy like music, art, dancing, and keeping a journal. When you and your youth have a fight, take some time to think about how to solve it. You can talk to your teen about these thoughts. They can see how you think about things. And most importantly, seeking professional help on time is very important.
We were listening to a talk by Nigesh on the topic Youth and Mental Health. That marks the end of what we had in stock for tonight's episode of Yuvavani, and it's time to conclude. Have a nice weekend and good night.